Carin. You've got a master's degree in history, focused on women's rights, and currently you're studying gender equality. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, I started to do history as a general, and then when I did my thesis, I focused mainly on women's history. The last thesis I made, it was about women's right to vote and how Swedish women were fighting for voting. And now I started to do gender equality studies from Sweden. I think it's really interesting, and it's a good combination with my history.
And Sweden has long been considered like a leader on the topic of gender equality, for example, in politics or with the parental leave. Do you think that's still the case today, and why?
Yes, I think we have a lot of laws that help us with equality. For example, with the parental leave, where you have laws where the parents have to take months at home with the children. And I think this is really important, one important way of getting more equal, but I think it's still everywhere in the world, and also in Sweden, a lot of issues that we have to fight and to talk about. And I think it's mostly in the everyday life where we still have norms that is very unequal. And I think this is the things that we have to, each one of us have to change. No, I would say like maybe we have laws that will give us equal pay and this kind of things for the same work. But still, I think it's a lot of norms that we have very clear in the society. For example, at home, women always take more of the work at home and makes us work less. And in the end, we will get less pension because we still have this indifference. So I think laws are really good to give the basic standards, and I think it's so important to have this. And we can see it all over the world that we don't have it in a lot of countries, so it's really important. But it's also important in everyday life, I think.
If we focus now on the subject of sports, here in Neptune, we work for the development of women's sports and gender equality. Is it a plus for you to be in a club that is engaged in these questions?
Yes, for sure. I think it's so good to be in a club where it's 100% women. I think it lets all the attention to us, and I think what needs to be done to have a more hype around the women's sport. And also, I just think it's a good statement that someone is ready to invest everything in a women's club. And we have the handball, but we also have the volleyball, so it's on all types of floor. Of course, it goes in line with my values, also with the studies I make.
In 2021, a collective agreement for women's sport was signed for handball players to guarantee better protection on salary and maternity issues. From your point of view, what are the next steps?
I think these kind of things are very important, and it lets us women to be more secure in our work. We can have a family, but we can still come back, and it has also something to do with our pension. It's later on in life, but to have paid parental leave, it's very important. And I think these kind of laws are very important for women to feel secure in the society. But I think it's very important what everyone does in the everyday life. And I think it's this kind of norms and equality that we do, men and women together, and how we treat each other, and this kind of underlying things we do in the everyday life that we have to highlight a little bit more.
And finally, the Handball League talks about inspirational women in its communication. Can you tell us about a woman who inspires you?
Yes, I think it's more important that every day I have women around me, and I work with mostly women, and I really enjoy it because I think we let ourselves be really tough and go all in on the handball field together, and then after we can be friends, we can have our studies, some don't study, we can do all of different things, and I think that is very inspirational. We have different cultures, we come from different countries, but together we have the same goal. And I think this kind of women is what gives me more belief that you can do anything, no matter what you come from or what you do. And together on the handball field, we really can go against one goal. And I think that is really inspirational for me.
Thank you, Carin.
Thank you.